going on, folks? Yes, Warner, Dragon Guns coming soon. Confirmed. CA hasn't said it, but I've said it. Oh, guess we can turn on the camera, maybe? Huh? What? Hold on a second, folks. Alright, overlay is now working. Camera. Oh. Looks like the webcam is unplugged or something. Y'all give me just a second. I'm gonna figure out the camera. And then we'll get things kicked off. Yeah, I know I didn't plan this one, but just figured we could have some fun. Right? Why not? Imrik. Lord of Dragons. Such and such. You all can hear me, right? Please confirm. Webcam may be dead cam. I know it'll really upset you all not to see my ugly mug, but is this thing not working? It says it's here. Let's check out something real quick. Webcam. Are you there? Okay, webcam is working. So it's just something screwed up in OBS, I guess. All right. Webcam? Turn it off, turn it on. That's funny. So I went into OBS. Oh, now my sound. Is the sound there? Imrik. Okay, yeah, just stop the music. Okay, the music will be back on in a minute. Yeah, I go into OBS. Webcam's not working. Like I said, you all would probably be better off if the webcam wasn't working. I know you don't really want to be seeing this, but you're stuck with it now. Let's see if I can fix this angle a little. Maybe? It's okay. No, I haven't finished Marathi, but all the mods are broken for Marathi right now because I'm on a press build. And I don't feel like uninstalling the press build because then I'm recording most of my stuff on the press build. So Marathi, we'll keep her going on the stream whenever all the mods get up to date. But yeah. I'm so excited I'm shaking. No, that was just me fixing the camera. Y'all hear me? Is the sound good? Sound level good compared to the game? Here's Imrik talking in the background for balance.
Pride of Ulfwine.
Let me all know. I'm going to turn the fan on and we're going to get things going. There we go. Good. If everything sounds fine, let me take a second to bring y'all up to speed. What's going on in this campaign? If you all watched my Imrik Lord overview video, like start positions and stuff, this is actually the save file from turn 62 that I showed at the very end of that video. Just figured we'd pick up from here. It's an interesting point. I was able to make peace with the dwarves temporarily, knock out Clan Eshin, take Malice out, though his faction's not dead, because I think he has Harganeth. Or not Harganeth, is it Harganeth? Haggrief. He has Haggrief. And still has Admiral Leech sitting out here that we haven't cleared out yet. He's still leeching about. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at in this campaign. But the reason why I wanted to pull you all in, oh, hold on, I got an alarm going off. I've had an alarm set. I've been doing like push-ups and sit-ups every hour for a couple of days now, and holy crap, I'm sore. So I'm really glad that I have the excuse of being on stream and don't have to do those right now, because I don't think I could. Starman 92. It's not playing the sound over... Come on now. I don't know why my overlay hasn't played the message yet up on the screen. Man. Why does it always do this to me? Give me just a second. I'll see if I can fix the overlay. And then Starman, I'll have to read your message because apparently this is broken. Hey. Is it Stream Elements? Man, I haven't been on their website in a long time. I need to update all this. In fact, I'm actually I'm thinking about just kind of switching my stream over to Twitch just for fun, just to try it, just try and build something new. I've been on YouTube for a long time, so some part of me is thinking about just trying to build up on Twitch. I just don't know that, like, considering what the normal person streams on Twitch like all the time, I don't know if that would be right for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can. I just don't know how I would have enough time, unless you all think you don't really have to have that much time. Maybe you don't. I don't know, but yeah, it's something that I would like to do. I just don't know if me streaming a couple of hours a day, a few times a week, is considered enough, right? Whether it is or whether it isn't. Let's see. Let's emulate a super chat. Okay, it is working, so I don't know why it didn't show your messages a moment ago, Starman. I apologize. It should have. Starman, thanks for the 20. Says, I feel like I'm more excited for this Lord than the DLC ones. Well, some people are, and for good reason. Some people are for good reason. The dragons are a lot of fun. They are a whole lot of fun. And you can have a really good time with them in the sense that they're really powerful. But getting the first one fairly early in the campaign, especially when you're on the higher difficulty settings, is really tough. Like, really tough. The only way I got away with it is I had a whole lot of archers, and I had to murder, like, a couple of giants and a whole bunch of... Or no, it was like 3 or 4 mammoths and a dragon, all in the same battle. And pretty much the only reason why it happened was because the AI is stupid. And even then, it was pretty tough. It was definitely pretty tough to get the AI to die. So getting a dragon early on is really hard, but if you get one, you are so powerful. The biggest problem is like, when I started this fight with Malice, like right now I have 2,000 income. Oh no. No. When I started the fight with Malice, I was making 142 gold a turn. And my army was basically the same as you see it right here. That's how much difference it made capturing the Dragon Isles. It was really crazy, like, how much difference it made whenever I took it. So I was almost dead broke trying to get all these dragons. But it is really fun because the dragons give you an immense power in combat. Like the Skaven, or sorry, here at Dreadrock, Malice, I just hit him at Dreadrock, didn't build anything for Siege. He got rolled, like absolutely face rolled, and it was hilarious. Like, just got wrecked. And so I just had 4 dragons flying around. They were dragon breathing everything. My archers were shooting from without. Like, it was an absolute wonderful sight to see going on. Man, there's all kinds of stuff about the stream that's ticking me off. It's not recording at the frame rate that it should be. Again, stinking... This is part of the reason why I don't want to learn Twitch, because the stupid Stream Elements overlay isn't working, even though it is working. Like, I hit the test button on their website and it works, then you all do a real super chat and it doesn't work. Ugh. These are the parts of live streaming that I really don't want to learn because they're just frustrating. So I guess let me copy this. Maybe what I did with the webcam will work here. I'm going to delete the overlay scene. Wait a minute. Why are there two overlay? What did I just... I think I just deleted the camera. Perfect. That's what I meant to do. My bad. Well, let's see if I can remember how to add the camera back. Add source. Again. This is why it can be frustrating to do live streaming when you screw it up like I did. All right, webcam. Okay. There I is. Now we gotta move it to the right place, and then I gotta add the filter back. Where's it? Settings. Hold on. Where's the dang filters? Property. No, it's not properties. Oh, crap. How did I do this? It has been too long. Figure video, device default, defaults. Filters. There it is. It's right in front of my face that whole time. Audio, video filters. Is it under effect filters? Color key. Green. That didn't work. Yeah, it is under here. Chroma key. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, let me add the overlay back in. Apologize, folks. Give me just a second. Is what it is. Let's see. Web. Browser. Overlay. There's not... What? It says it's already in use, but it's not already in use. So overlay 1. Whatever. Let's try this. Paste that web source in. Okay, looks like it's there, but it's just really small. What in the devil? 1080. Let's try this. All right, now I made it too big. All right, the joys of streaming, folks. Okay, that is not what I wanted to move. Filter, overlay. I've almost got us back to where I want it to be here. All right, close enough. And it's got Miles as the last super chat. Let's see if it's actually working. But Miles wasn't the last super chat, so it's still not updating. Great, fantastic. All right, well, I don't know if I can fix the overlay. Sorry, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. I don't know what's going on with the overlay tonight. I may just make a new one. See if I can get it to work. Or I guess I could test it here real quick. Watch this. I'll donate to myself and test it. Here we go. Ready? My public comment. Air sucks and is super salty. Alright, buy and send. That's worth $2 to, like, insult myself. At least it feels like it is. Alright, let's see if that works. If so, I get to insult myself on screen. Yeah! There we go. It's working. See, if you just insult me, it goes up on screen. Anyway, thank you, Starman. I'm excited for this one, too. Fox77 Scotland. Thanks for the 5. He says, just because you tell us not to. Well, thank you for the 5. Hey, I donated to myself here, right? I'm going to make myself rich. If I donate $1 million to myself, will it work out? Joseph, thank you for the 5. He says, can we name a dragon Spanky the Destroyer? I mean, I don't see why not. I got this standard sun dragon here. There you go. See? We made things happen. Made things happen. Alright. Got everything working. Now I don't have to be salty. I'll try and ignore the frame rate not cooperating with me as long as you all can ignore the occasional, like, bit of dragginess. I mean, it is a stream. That's just what happens sometimes, right? Gonna have to learn to live with it. Let's see. So where do I want to go next? I kind of want to resettle this Broken Teeth here, just because I never have. But it's such a mess, and it's going to be so hard to get it to settle, because it's unsuitable as a climate. Otherwise, it's basically kind of time for War of the Beard, but I'm pretty sure more Skaven have moved into the north of us. So what do y'all think? Eradicate Skaven, or go ahead and settle Nagash's old crib? Look at this. Vini Vidi Vici sends me one, and it doesn't pop up on screen. My own pops up on screen, and then one of my viewers sends something, and it doesn't pop up on screen. I don't get it. Vini Vidi Vici, thanks for the 5. He says, least favorite thing about Warhammer 2. You don't hear mentioned more often. My least favorite thing about Warhammer 2 that I don't hear mentioned more often. Oh man, that's a good question. Probably, well, they are mentioned all the time because then it's Siege, so I don't want to say that one because people talk about Siege all the time. Now it's trying to block everybody for saying to kill the Skaven. Let's see here. What is my least favorite thing about Warhammer that people don't say all the time? I mean, it gets said sometimes. Probably not as commonly as siege battles. But one of my least favorite things about Warhammer is how the enemy armies avoid you and try to not have battles. Like, they try and go everywhere around you and fight your settlements and everything else, but they don't want to have battles. That drives me crazy. Thank you, Vini Vidi Vici. Thank you for the 5. Joseph, again with the 5, it says, Spanky will bring death upon the stunties. Well, we will make him do that. I apologize, folks. Don't know why the stupid thing isn't working. It should be working. It basically is. It works when I test it. It worked when I sent one, but it's not working when you all do it. So, all right, let's try this one. Subscriber event? No. Member event? I mean, that works. So, really frustrating that this won't work when you all do it. Oh, wait, is it gonna work now? No, that was the one that I did. That was just another one of my test ones. Come on. Tropic Thunder 131, thanks for the 10. He says, let their blood rain from the sky. Well, we shall. We shall. We'll have to ask Stream Elements why they ignore my actual viewers, but they allow myself and fake test chats to go through. Thank you for the 10, Tropic Thunder. You're too kind. You too, Joseph, and everybody else who's jumping in there. All right, let's go kill some stunties. Or ratmen. I think you all said to kill the ratmen. I saw a lot of kill rat things. Kill rat things it is. Let's be on our way.
Nothing stands in my way.
Let's be on our way. Dreadrock is probably going to rebel. That's actually going to be kind of a bummer. Because I probably won't be able to stop it. Everything rebels, by the way, when you're on this very hard difficulty and you're playing this, like, everything's gonna rebel like 15, 20 times, probably. It gets pretty old, to be honest. Poor public order for the sake of, just because of the difficulty. It is what it is. Actually, really, this one is, by the way, this one's very hard difficulty, campaign-wise, and I think right now I had it set to normal battles, because I was trying to have a nice mix of a more aggressive, larger set of armies AI, mixed with battles that aren't complete cheapskate stuff early on. But I'll probably go ahead and turn up the battle difficulty now, because we have all these dragons, or else it's just going to be too easy. I don't know who you're declaring war on or why, but I'd like to see you come down here and do something about it. Like to see you come down here and do something about it. It's a lot of threats from someone that far north. So, I ain't got much respect for that.
The Assa are troubled.
Let's see here.
Imrik.
Can we do anything about the public order here? Well, see, this is the frustrating thing. So I've already got a tier 3 promenade here, plus 5 public order. Plus 3 more public. We got plus 8 public order, and I'm still running minus 3. Ay, it's frustrating. Yeah, I get making the public order more difficult, but it also just gets tedious sometimes. Does anybody else feel that, or is it just me? Why does it take so long to get around? Just come over here. Just come this way. It's gotta be faster. Man, now everybody's donating stuff and the stupid thing doesn't work. It really ticks me off. Like, if you guys are gonna donate money, I want it to at least put it up on screen for you, so... I'm extremely frustrated that this isn't working. It doesn't make any dang sense. Let's see. If I delete that one too, maybe? Yes. Let's get back in the game. No. Let me see if I can fix it one more time. I just feel bad, like, people are donating and it's not even going to put their stuff up on screen. Like, that feels really wrong. Overlay. But I don't know why it's not working, because when I test it, it works. And then, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And then when I donated money, it works. And then when you all do it, it doesn't. I am kind of at a loss for what to do about that. Alerts and overlays, my overlays. Edit. Copy the URL, dump it in here. 220 by 1080, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work.
This place could use a volcano. Tried
fixing it a couple times. I've added it, re-added it. Save. Come on, like something work. Alright, whatever. Done messing with it. Vincel, thanks for the 5. It says, currently playing a snitch campaign and I have had to chase the same 3 dwarven armies all next to each other through their lands for like 5 turns. Yeah, that is definitely why I mentioned what I did about my frustration with Warhammer. This is Total War, right? When you play a Total War game, why do you come to a Total War game? Do you come because you're looking for like a grand campaign, like major strategy game like Hearts of Iron or one of those just big map games? No, that's not why you come. Yeah, sure, you like the campaign map. It's part of the fun, but you come for the battles. If you don't, you're crazy. But you come to Total War for the battles, and when the AI is like specifically programmed to avoid battles, that's irritating. That's really irritating when they're like programmed to avoid battles. So I agree with you, Vinsul. It's very irritating. And then Joe Bananas, thanks for the 3. He says, wreck the Rat Boys. I will, sir. We will do so. We will do so. But yeah, I get really frustrated. Everybody's like talking to me now that I own Calidor. One other thing CA needs to fix here, which I've tried to bring to their attention, I don't know if other people have, but like they added this port here at Shattered Cove, and you can't use it to trade with the High Elves back here. So it's pointless. Like, why add the port? I mean, because I'm going to trade with like Krokgar. That's it. This is not a land-bound sea. We all know in the Warhammer world you could sail around this all the way back up to Ulthuan, which is like how the Black Ark and everything got here to begin with. And so it's something they need to fix. It's a little bit frustrating right now because that's part of what's killing your income as Imrik, is that you can't trade. Unless they did fix it. No, they didn't. See? Can't establish a trade route. I have a port. They have a port. Can't establish a trade route. So your only way to get a port as Imrik is to cut your way all the way across to the Black Gulf right now. So they need to change that. It needs to be fixed. It'll make this a lot easier, which some people may not like, because they may really like it being really hard. It is harder when you don't have that, but like seriously, there's no point in adding the port there if you're not gonna allow people to use it to trade back with the Ulthuan. So a little bit pointless. I think over here, at least for the time being, I know it can't build all the way up, but I'm gonna build a plaza and like see if we can stop the public order problem, because I'm not having the same public order issues elsewhere. This building here generates vampiric corruption, so I've got to work hard to keep it from spreading. We need an Orc DLC. There is an Orc DLC. It's coming out right now.
Know this.
Did Sartosa change local? What do you mean, Senshi? Declare war? Whatever, Throg. I mean, sure, bring it on. The problem is that if all these factions sail over to Calidor, I can't defend it, because I don't have the money to defend it. I own Calidor right now, but I really can't do anything with it. Or, sorry, Val's, yeah, Calidor over here. I own Val's Anvil. There's this building here, which gives me a big drop in upkeep for dragons, which would be really handy, but I mean, it's all I can do to keep this. Look, lizards are about to come attack me. I can't do anything about it. Like, there's literally nothing I can do. I can't afford an army here, and I can't trade. So, unless CA fixes the issue with the trade, and like, look, I feel bad for these guys here. Another little piece of C that does nothing. Yeah, unless CA fixes that, like, I mean, taking Calidor is kind of pointless unless you've found another way to get income, because you can't, it's like an option you get to take over management of it, but it's pointless unless you have the income to be able to defend it, is what I'm trying to get at.
You must restore order.
Here we go, this will help. But yeah. What are those lizards doing? Doesn't make any sense. First thing I do in any settlement is invest in walls. Yes. I typically do too, but I was so short of money that I could not here. Like, there just was not money to do it. I only just now have money coming in after having finished the fight against Malice. I was like barely running in the positive and was actually running in the negative for a few turns during the fight with Malice. So I didn't have money to invest in walls, but you're absolutely right. If you put the walls up, it slows the AI down from being able to just come in and roll over your unwalled settlements.
A simple crusade.
Definitely recommended. So what are we looking at here? Mount Greyhag, Silver Spear, and Crookback Mountain. There's probably a Skaven tribe here, so we're going to burn them out of their rat holes and send them packing. Now, knowing that we're about to go to war with Skaven, we probably should go ahead and invest in walls here, because it's going to be near to where I'm attacking them. So let's go see what we can get here. Hey, I need you all to help me with something. Since the super chat is broken, like it's not showing up on the screen. It'll show up in the YouTube chat, but it's not showing up on my screen for some reason. I don't know if that's just stupid OBS or what. You all make sure to, like, don't let me miss anything. Like, scream at me if someone has donated and I don't manage to catch it. I'm watching for it, and I will do my best to catch it. And who knows, it might start working all of a sudden. But no one needs to donate anything. Just come in and enjoy the show tonight. That's what I really want to do. I don't want to continue to be frustrated with the broken overlay. This is for you all tonight, right? It's not for me. I want you to have some fun watching Imrik. Alright, so found some Clan Rictus losers here. They're behind walls, but that won't do them much good, because I'm packing some pretty serious dragon fire here. We need to get some decent infantry. White Lions actually got a buff. They released the patch notes today. They'll be a little better. I mean, just marginally better. But anything they get is better, so I guess I shouldn't complain. They still seem pretty weak to me, but since their price didn't change, sure, can't argue with that, right? Getting better and not having the price change is kind of a win by itself.
It is an honor to fight for the Phoenix. We will obey.
I'm just gonna bum rush the walls here too.
It shall be done.
I'll take my dragons in to kind of disrupt, and we'll just bum rush the walls here. We got a lot of dragons, by the way, folks. We got 4 dragons, and I could put more into the army now that I have enough money for the upkeep. I have, I think 1, maybe even 2 more legendary dragons in waiting. Should we do 6 dragons in one army, or should I save the other dragons for when we get them their own army?
Noble.
I mean, I'm down. Try whatever.
For duty, as you say.
I mean, Imrik is the Lord of Dragons. If he's gonna proper be a Lord of Dragons, then, I don't know, maybe he can have that many dragons. I mean, who's to tell Imrik how many dragons Imrik can have? Is Ulthuan a free country? No, they have a king. Probably not free, right? Senshi, thanks for the 2. He says, cool 1 malt 2 straws. It's all good. What? Thanks, Senshi. Very kind. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, we're gonna burn so many Skaven. Gonna burn some Skaven. Gonna burn them good. Alright, Imrik, burn these losers. Oh, you know what? Have a little chain lightning. Give you a little bit of that too while we're at it, just for fun. You know what? Have some dragon breath while you're getting shocked by chain lightning. Yeah, this isn't gonna happen. Oh, look, those guys completely routed. That's awesome. Perfect. All right, let's get our guys heading up the walls.
Orders received. It shall be done. We will obey. It will be done.
You know what? Oh, I was almost scared to look. I was kind of worried that the Skaven had used that stupid warp bomb ability and like blown up my dragon princes. Y'all know the one I'm talking about when they get down below like a certain level of energy, and then all of a sudden their unit explodes and like takes your most valuable unit with it. Gotta love that. Dragon breath here. Yeah, we can basically just goon squad whoever we want, whenever we want at the moment. Not gonna complain. It's pretty fantastic. gonna have a little fun here with this game and be throwing spells all over him while we're at it.
For duty.
Talons of Torquilada getting attacked here. Oh!
Moving out.
You wanna come help me out here? Alright, enemy lord's gone. More clan rats. Trying to get this Eshin sorcerer. Pyrrhic, thanks for the 3 and the nice thumbs up sticker there. Sorry that your messages aren't going up on screen tonight, people. I'll try and figure it out. I don't know why my overlay is not working. I may try and restart OBS here in just a minute when we're done with this one, and it won't have too much of an impact. I'll try and kick OBS off and then back on again and see if that helps any. Hey, what's folks? Like, can we move up? Yeah, let's move up. Thanks. Much appreciated. Sincerely, Air. Wow, that poor Warlock Engineer. I say poor, I mean, I don't really feel sorry for him. Not to any significant degree. Probably should have killed that Plague Claw catapult a long time ago, huh? Probably wasn't the smartest thing of me to just leave it sitting there. I just love how my dragons, though, just get in here and, like, completely terrorize the enemy. Like, almost feel bad for the Skaven. Thanks again, Pyrrhic Strategos. Appreciate it, man. Will Colosson, thanks for the 5. It says, I heard that fried Skaven is good for dragon scales, makes them nice and shiny. You know, it is. It is. Will makes an excellent point. Thank you for the 5, man. I'll feed many a Skaven to these dragons. Get their coats looking nice and shiny on your behalf. Just Dan, thanks for the 5 £5. I'm disappointed they didn't add a single entity lion, even if it's not in the lore. It would have been cool. It would have been cool, like just one really big lion of Trace, like some kind of special one. Definitely could have been cool. It would have been interesting to see that model. Maybe someone can mod it in. Thank you for the £5. Very, very kind, sir. Yeah, the that could be pretty interesting if someone mods something like that in. Did someone mod a giant squig in once? That's actually, I think that the giant squig is actually in the game now, maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, thank you, Just Dan. Regina, welcome. Doing some dragon taming. Let's see, Stride the Battlefield. That would be a good one for later whenever I actually get more Dragon Princes. I've been trying to focus his abilities on the new Lion units, obviously for dragons, and then bows. You know, typical High Elf type stuff. 10 armor, 5 physical resistance. Yeah, let's let our dragons get buffed up. And I love the new mages and archmages. It's really cool. The archmages are a lot of fun in campaign because you can get a dragon mount and all kinds of stuff. I feel bad in some ways for the standard lords. It's not going to get... Well, I mean, they can still get used because you still have access to all those mages. You can choose whether you want your lord to be melee-centric. High Elves definitely have a whole bunch of options for their lords now, and it's really fun, actually. And they changed some of the lords that you pay like the 60 influence for. There's some really good ones now. You can get like a mage of like say fire lore, like the one I have that has a chain lightning spell bound to like an overcast chain lightning, or you can get one that has like enfeebling foe and Melkoth's Melkoth's miasma, and it might be a metal caster or a life caster. So it's really cool because you can get these bound spells if you pay all of the influence for it, so you feel like you have some really powerful spellcasters. Funny thing about that is that you've got Balthasar over here in the Empire who doesn't even have a unique spell, and then you got a metal mage over with the High Elves, and I suppose the High Elves are kind of like the origins of Magic or like the original Magic people, whatever it is, right? So they probably would be good at Magic. But in any case, yeah, they're over here doing their thing, and yeah, they've got a dragon when you have metal, and you can bind like extra spells to it, and that bound spells trade already existed. Yeah, they made some tweaks to it though. They mentioned it in the patch notes, Regina. That's why I was bringing that one up. So yeah, I just think it's funny because Balthasar doesn't really feel very unique for a metal caster, other than the fact that he has a Pegasus, I guess. I don't think there's other metal casters that have a Pegasus. Balthasar still, like, in campaign, he's pretty fun, but he still just feels like he's good in campaign because he gets Vol and Staff and some of this other stuff that makes him pull a lot of magic, but he's still, as a spellcaster, a little bit boring. Especially when you put him into the same, like, lump as, like, Marathi, who's just freaking amazing. And then I've got Teclis now, who's freaking amazing. I've got Eltharion riding around on a griffin, who's freaking amazing. And Manfred on a zombie dragon, who's freaking amazing. And then you got Balthasar, and he's like, yeah, he looks cool. He's kind of fun. He's still kind of a meme. Again, not horrible by any means. He's not a terrible lord. He has his place. I get it. But he's just boring. Like, I feel like he needs a unique spell or, like, something else about him that makes him more interesting. So I can't figure out what it is, but he needs something to make him more interesting. It helps when you play him in campaign because you get all those special, like, units from all the different elector count regions and stuff. And so it makes him not feel boring, like, in the sense of just playing the campaign with him. But again, his spell casting is a little boring. Another good example with Balthasar would be like in my Grom campaign. I've got 72 armor goblins. And then I played Balthasar. Like, Balthasar melted himself like a metal mask. The guy is like all about metal, and he does be able to add a little bit of armor to state troops, but it's not a lot. And then some of that comes from a research upgrade. So again, that'd be another cool thing. Like, what if Balthasar in campaign could get state troops up to like 75 or 80 armor? That'd be really fun.
Lord. The wisest amongst them will know that fate is on your side. I have fought.
Yeah, shut up, Crowman. Cody, thanks for the 10. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here tonight. Fantastic have you all here. Be playing some Imrik. You are very kind.
Dragon Prince. Onward for Calador. Warrior Supreme.
All right, let's just push on. Got Mount Greyhag. Not really ideal, but we'll take it just because I need some cash for now. We should be able to spend up some of the cash we have. Go ahead and finish the walls here in case the Skaven do a counterattack.
Order must be
And I'll go ahead and build these up. One is pretty costly. Trace is pronounced like Crace? Ew. Is it really? I don't like that.
Calador wakes.
Of course, you could be saying the same thing about the way I pronounce it. What do you think of the value of Rangers? Are they good or just meh? So, when I first had Silverin Guard, I thought they were pretty meh, and now I'm kind of convinced that Silverin Guard is pretty decent. Just don't charge them. Let them absorb a charge, and they'll be pretty awesome. Rangers, I'm still not sold on. They still feel really weak for 600. I mean, you can test them head-to-head with like an Orc Boy unit, which is a good comparison point, right? That should be what a Ranger is really good against. They'll beat it. They'll beat it pretty fairly. But not, like, impressive, like the same way a Black Art Corsair would beat an Orc Boy. And so, I don't know. I'm still... I've been able to use Rangers in campaign to decent effect, but they get a lot more buffs in campaign. I haven't been totally sold on Rangers at all in multiplayer in the few matches that I've played, but that's part of the problem is I've only played a few matches. So I don't know. We'll have to see them in the hands of people who can use them properly, because that always makes a big difference. That guy, thanks for the 10. Says, hey Carthage, long time I've watched you play this game for a couple years. so I can never afford a PC. Actually in the market now, what would be the price to run this game decently? So that guy would be happy to help you with that. What do you mean by decently? Medium graphics? High graphics? Ultra graphics? 1080p? 1440p? Give me a couple of those details and I can tell you what it'll take to run it at a good like frame rate. But I mean, that said, like, so for instance, right now I'm running at 1440p and I have a 2080 Ti, which is, my wallet still cries. I cry. I don't know why I bought it. I shouldn't have bought it. I have a 2080 Ti, and I mean, in these battles, my frame rate has still been crawling. When you get into the big ones, like I have it on Ultra, it'll still crawl. So you can't really, at 1080p, you can run this game in Ultra if you get really high-end stuff. But even when you get in a big battle, even at just 1080p, like, it's gonna crawl sometimes. Like, the engine that runs the graphics can't handle what you're throwing at it. Like, I don't think it's the hardware as much as it's just like the engine can't process what you need it to. It can't efficiently do what you need it to, whatever the case is. So it won't do it. But yeah, tell me what you're thinking, man. I'll look at the comments, see if I can see what you came back with. High 1080p. So if you're looking to run it at high 1080p, I would get like a GTX 1660 Super or a 1660 Ti. Or alternatively, if you just want Radeon, you could get an RX 5700. One of those three. And then as far as a CPU goes, I mean, a Ryzen 3600 is probably the best bang for the buck, like, mix of gaming and work right now that you can get. So Ryzen 3600 is a really good one. If you're wanting to save a little money, you could get the new 3300X processor. It's only 4-core, 8-thread though. I would probably just go with the 3600 if it were me. But yeah, if you get that combo, like Ryzen 3600 and at least like I would rather you go with like the GTX 1660 Ti because I've tested that one. It will run this game on high, no problem, at 1080p. It runs it really well. And that will save you from having to buy an even more expensive GPU. And a 1660 Ti is a pretty good little GPU.
Dragon Rider.
But good luck with your build, man. I hope it goes great. It's a lot of fun to build. But yeah, you don't... the way that Total War games run these days, the AMD processors, the value-based AMD processors, they do really good at Total War. Intel's still just a little better in like Warhammer 2, but that difference drops off a lot in 3K because 3K has been redesigned some, and it drops off quite a bit, in fact. And I imagine with the next upcoming Total War releases, it'll probably continue to be that way, just in the sense that AMD processors are becoming a lot more prevalent.
I'll win. I always... Calador's lead. You may look upon me.
Hopefully that helps you, that guy. Good luck with the build. A noob when it comes to PC gaming. Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. You build your own PC, and I promise you, you'll be forever addicted in a good way to PC gaming. It is so much fun. Absolutely love PC gaming. Good luck with it, man. You'll do good. Don't be scared. Dive in. Just do it.
The Oath Keeper.
It's not a bad time to build a computer. It's not a bad time to build a computer. The prices are actually pretty decent. As long as you don't go get a really expensive NVIDIA GPU like I did with a 2080 Ti, you're probably good. That's going to be one of the few things that's probably a waste of money. I don't think it's going to age well. But if you've spent less on something that just does the job good right now, I think you'd be better off. Speaking of Silver and Guard, I want some Silver and Guard. You know what? I want some dang Silver and Guard. Any computer hardware experts here know if 90 degrees Celsius on the CPU is too high? I think it is. It technically won't thermal throttle, I don't think, at 90, but 90 is really hot. That could limit the lifespan of your CPU running that hot. It may not. It may. It's hot. I would look at getting a better cooler if you're running that hot, or a better case. Redoing your thermal paste, whatever it is you need to do. That's pretty hot for any CPU. That is pretty hot for any CPU. Let's do this one. That guy says, would you say 700 to 800 would be a decent start? You can do it for that. You can build one that'll run this game on high for that price if you kind of watch the sales and be smart about it. Don't spend too much on your case. Don't spend too much on like light up RAM or other crap like that. And yeah, for about $700 to $800, you probably can get very close to building that build I was telling you about. You may have to adjust a few things here or there to pull it off, but don't skimp on the CPU. That Ryzen 3600 is a good one. And then the same thing with the GTX 1660 Ti. I would stay with those and swap other things around a little bit and make the price work. Like, try and find a good sale on, like, you know, an SSD, or just start out with a small SSD and then save some money after you build it and buy more space later or something like that. You can always add an SSD to a computer really easy, or a hard drive. So do something like that. RGB RAM performs better. Facts. Yeah, it does. The lights definitely add speed. That's why I have it. Air has it because he's just a sucker who spends all his money on PC stuff. When you spend half your budget on RGB, yeah, that's when it's a problem.
Well, what is it? Do not squander.
Hey, speaking of spending a ton of money on something that won't add a whole lot of performance, y'all want to hear kind of crazy? I'm really wanting to build my first custom water-cooled PC, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. And I went on EK's website, and they have like a custom loop configurator, and you can like put in your case and your parts and everything you're wanting to water cool. And I was curious to water cool both my CPU and the GPU.
My prowess is
$800. Like, to get, you can build a computer to run this game really well for the same price it would cost me to buy the water cooling components to water cool, like do a custom loop with my computer. And don't get me wrong, a custom loop is going to perform really well. You can use it to overclock, get a little more performance, look cool, run cool, all that stuff, but holy crap, $800. Woo! Whenever something costs so much with computers that it makes me think twice about it, boy, that's how you know when it's expensive. That's how you know when it's expensive. When I'm able to secure a PC, one of the first campaigns I want to play are Lizardmen. I'm a diehard, and I'm diehard Empire. Yeah, Lizardmen are fun. They've got a lot of campaigns now too, because they got Nakai, they've got Gorok. I mean, they've got the originals, Mazdamundi, Froggar. They're all over the map. You got Tic-Tac-Toe. I mean, there's a lot of fun Lizard campaigns. It's definitely gonna be a good one if you get a computer. I've enjoyed the Lizardman campaigns that I've played. I haven't even played Tic-Tac-Toe yet.
We will prevail.
Yes, we will. Let's build the stuff up. Get ready to start putting in defenses over here too, in case the Skaven go that way, or the Beastmen.
I tire of you already.
I tried High Elves on tabletop. What were High Elves like on tabletop? How did they play? I'm assuming they were interesting, but probably small elite. Lots of magic, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, sweet. Ambush me. Let's go. Why haven't you played them? You just need a piece of paper and a pen. Be the Bony Boys' friends? I might. Depends. Alright, you Skaven scum. Oh my goodness, this is quite the little ambush here. Okay. Let's actually go take care of these rattling guns. Wow. I have a feeling that they regret ambushing me at this point. What do y'all think? This is very lore appropriate for the Skaven. Like, they have some scheme and it blows up in their face or something.
To battle! Noble! Done! By your command!
Yeah, because this ambush failed miserably. Like, absolutely miserably.
Behold the majestic! I seek glory.
Yeah, this was an epic fail.
Eradicate them! Fury of the Forge God!
Your Gorok campaign was awesome. Thanks, Patty. It was a fun one to play. I'm having a lot of fun with Grom too. Like, the greenskins are not my favorite faction to play, just from like a lore or aesthetic. But the things they say and like the character names and stuff, like, it's just hilarious. Like, it is hilarious. Very entertaining. So like, even for someone who's not like all fired up about all things greenskin, like, Grom is just fun to play. Very fun.
Prince Imrik!
Storm Riders! March! Orders received. Defending order!
Alright.
White Lions! Asa, move!
Glory is mine!
I think we've pretty well taken care of business there.
For duty! We will obey! Following orders! As you say. Apace! We advance!
I will go!
Let's get my Dragon Princes to activate over here and go knock out these regrouping units.
Noble!
And same thing over here with the Noble.
High Mage! Scion, hear me! Ahoy, Savior!
Prince Imrik!
Asa Mage!
They die!
That was a lot of dragon fire.
Dragon's Rage!
Take cover! Loyal! For duty!
Alright, let's go and attack here.
Noble Lord!
Alright, well, that was a Skaven fail. That was definitely a Skaven fail. The number of kills on Treyarch's army there is just lol. Lol. It's like, hey, we're gonna ambush you. On tabletop, elven armies are only the mage's bodyguard. Oh, so it's all about the mage.
They will rebuild Calador's hall.
So who is the biggest, baddest lord in tabletop? Like, could lords get into duels in the tabletop? If so, who is like the biggest, baddest lord?
The rats will be defact. The dragon's rage. Let us wake the lesser beings. Sent forth by Vor. Master of drakes.
Tyrion was the
These
best?
fools have no chance.
Or just the best for the high elves?
Another triumph for the dragon. Bow to triumph lies this way.
Archaon was also pretty gruesome.
All Calador rejoices.
What you up to, Grumpy?
Shall tremble.
Building that is probably too late, but... It's probably too late.
The oath.
Had a Beastman army go past me, now I'm about to go freaking hunt them down. It's gonna be annoying. Can't say I'm particularly looking forward to that. Finish, assassinate, wound maker. Blade shield. These guys have some crappy melee defense when they're in a chariot. I guess it's because they're easy to hit or something. It's a big old chariot. Banner of Eternal Flame will be great for Imrik. Back in 4th edition, Tyrion, Snitch, Queek. Really? Snitch and Queek were up there? That kind of surprises me. It's Lord of Dragons. Ooh, that is pretty good. I don't know about Heroic Killing Blow really being super worth it, but... Oh my gosh, look at Imrik's damage. Yowza. Have a good sleep, Warner. Just keep your finger off the trigger with the handguns while you're asleep. This isn't a WA? No, it is not. But I did upload some WA earlier with Grum. Hope y'all are enjoying it. I'm really looking for y'all to tell me where the first WA is going to be focused again. Like, I wanted to use it, but then I was like, man, I really want the people watching to pick where the WA is going to be so they can enjoy it more. So I was kind of wanting to use the WA that whole time, but at the same time I was... Oh, yes! Yes! Later, losers.
They will rebuild Calador's Dragon Prince.
Alright, let's see here. Probably scouting would be good. I like increased trade and all that other stuff, except for that it doesn't do me any good on this campaign at the moment. War of the Beards? Yeah, as soon as we clear out the Skaven, definitely War of the Beards. We gotta clear these losers out. We have money now. It's amazing. I almost don't know what to think. Some part of me wants to like go ahead and build all the infrastructure for trading, but I think I'll just do it later when I actually have somebody to trade with. Like, there's almost no point in building all the trade infrastructure at the moment. So, because I say almost, there is no point. Ooh, powerful magical item, huh? Come on, give me something good. Give me something good.
I find glory wherever I fight.
The Blade of Seagold is very good. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Blade of Seagold. I think I already have one for Imrik. Or no, he's got a Star Lance. Oh my goodness, Frostbite. Like, he's already got a Blade of Seagold. Crap, man. Now I need more heroes. So, whatever. We got a good blade for whenever we finally get enough heroes. CA's put a lot of FLC in. They actually have. Alethanar is pretty fun for an FLC Lord because of special units and stuff. That's pretty good time. He's okay. He's not bad. Tic-Tac-Toe was pretty decent. Nothing crazy special about him, but fun. New campaign start. I'm trying to think of the other FLC Lords that we've got. Who else was FLC? Imrik is pretty good for FLC for sure. I'm trying to remember who the other FLC Lords were. Peace Treaty, yeah, that's funny. Make me laugh. Hydration, keep drinking. I am. I think it's Skaven tears right now. Yeah, Rapans was pretty interesting. Tretch was pretty okay, they're joking. I was gonna say Tretch, really? Yeah, Tretch was pretty plain. Poor Tretch. I would feel sorry for him if he wasn't a Skaven, but he is. I need... I do not have the right buildings. There's little I can do about it at the moment. Oh, I already had this one here, so that made this actually... Where did I build that? I built that somewhere else. Did I build it up here? Yeah, that makes that a waste, at least at the moment, because I already have one. So we should build the archive here. I mean, kind of stinks because it's about to get hit by Skaven rebels, but we'll go free it up. Dwayne the Garrock Johnson. Make the tech buildings. Yeah, that's what I'm working on, Alexander. That's why I was building the archive so I can unlock the next part of the tech tree. So we have to do the archive, and for the trade building, I'm trying to remember which one it is for the trade. That's right, Gorst was free LC, wasn't he?
Loyalty.
Tretch and Gorst are like having a battle for bottom of the barrel DLC, but it's actually, Gorst is actually pretty fun in campaign, honestly. And Tretch isn't bad, like he's just different start position, he's just not a very interesting lord. There's other lords like him, unfortunately, like, I mean, Tretch, in my opinion, yeah, he's pretty boring. Marcus Wolfheart is a good example for me though too, like Marcus he's fun. He's got a bow, and he's got the hunter snare, and all that's good. He's a good character. But he's kind of boring, because he doesn't have any mounts, and he's super slow. Like super slow. At least if you're using Alethanar, he gets around the battlefield pretty quick. And like Kalara will be there with Marcus, and she's like running around like crazy all fast, and Marcus is like running like he just came out of a donut shop. And he's just not very interesting, because he doesn't have a mount. And I feel like Tretch suffers that same thing. Like, Queek, another good example. Like, why am I going to play Queek? It's just boring. Like, to have a Lord on foot for the entirety of a Warhammer 2 campaign is boring. One exception to that I might make would be Grimgore now, because Grimgore is pretty large and fairly quick, and he hits like a truck. They've made him pretty fun. He's probably the only exception to that rule now. Sigvald, boring. Tretch, boring. Wolfheart, not as boring because he has a bow, but still kind of boring.
Imrik.
Kind of. It's not horrible.
Bring them death. A laughable
Quit running away and fight me. Get good. A bunch of Skaven slaves, that's funny.
Step back.
Rip.
They'll thrive. Watch your back, tail. Yes, Calador's champion.
Rip. Okay, there's a new dragon up here. I mean, we can always use more dragons. We can always use more dragons. Kolak on foot, yeah. Kolak, a little different. Maybe not what I would classify, just typical Lord on foot. maybe Kolak could get mounted on top of Krell. Like Krell, give Kolak a piggyback ride. That'll be Kolak's mount. What do y'all think? Go to the battlefield and the enemy's like, what, the Krell?
We are ill at ease.
Orion? On foot or hoof? That's a good question. I guess technically he's on hoof. Orion's not one of the ones that I would qualify as boring, though, because he has quickness on his side. He's a little bit bigger, has a little mass to him, and he throws those spears. It's decent enough to get by. If they would rework the Wood Elves and give them a more interesting campaign, then I think Orion would be quite a bit of fun. But another thing I wish they would change about Orion is his Horn of the Wild Hunt or whatever is stupid. It's like, hey, give your Wood Elves more charge bonus. Like, too bad none of them have any charge bonus. So, yeah. I feel like his Horn of the Wild Hunt's kind of useless. Gorok on foot. Gorok, so he is probably another one of the few. I'm going to put him in the same boat with Grimgor, and here's why. Him by himself, he's not very interesting, but in campaign, Gorok gets so powerful. He almost cannot be touched, and his Saurus warriors will just put every other army to shame. So it makes up for his lack of mount because of that, in my opinion. And then when he fights with Kroak, it's very entertaining because Gorok can just tank. Like, I mean, he is like a steam tank, except stronger. You put him in combat, they can't touch him. And it's just fantastic. And he makes like a great blob bait, and then you just use Kroak to clean the whole thing up. So I'm actually good with Gorok as well, because he has enough special ability to make up for his lack of exciting mount. That's why I was saying that that Marcus is kind of borderline for me. Like, if they would just give him a little more speed, I don't think I would complain about anything with Marcus, because then at least he can kite around the battlefield and be a little more fun. Get some Silver and Guard? Yeah, I will. As soon as I get a chance to sit still and do a little bit of recruiting, I definitely want some Silver and Guard. They're pretty useful for the price point. Obviously not as good as like a Phoenix Guard or something, but for the price point, they're not bad. And they can negate the charge off of infantry or large, so they're pretty cool.
You may look upon me as you are.
Oh, come on.
Make haste, Asa!
Let's fly up here.
None
These
shall
guys.
leave.
Get good.
Strategy beyond compare.
There we go. Alright, Crookback Mountain has been freed, and then we'll go fight this dragon fight, and we'll get some new units. How about that? First, let's see what kind of buildings I have. Have I built this tier 3?
The Asa are troubled.
No. So let's build this one all the way up, so we have that as a thing.
Another triumph for the dragon.
Dragon Isles. We need a place to recruit lions as well. Guess I could just put it here at Pig Barter for now. I kind of want walls there eventually, but it's okay for now. What does this one unlock? Unlocks trade advance? I thought we had built that somewhere, did we not? No, we haven't, apparently. Alright, well that's what we're going to build at Shattered Cove for the moment then. Okay. Build up the port here.
Warrior Supreme.
Grimgor Ironhide, thanks for the 5. He says, all the stunties, humies, and ratfings is gonna taste Machapa. Come on, Humi. Let's have at it, Den. Wah. Thank you, Grimgore. Grimgore is really good now, folks. Grimgore is downright terrifying in the campaign. Like, the way that you get the big greenskin Waz, and then the fact that he'll come waltzing into battle with like 1,000 weapon damage. Sometimes, like, he has almost that much before he activates Getsnick. So, yeah, I mean, Grimgore is an absolutely terrifying lord in campaign now. He still gets knocked around a little by, like, staggering and stuff, but he is really good. CA did him some justice, finally. He has a special ability now, too, that really hurts enemy lords that he's fighting, so he's pretty darn good. Like, he's decent. I still wish Grimgore in some way either had some kind of, like, passive constant buff that's, like, buffing up units nearby him or debuffing enemies nearby him. I still would have liked to have seen that on him, but what he has is so much better than where he was at. Like, so much better. How best to counter him? Kill him early in campaign. Kill him early. That's going to be the best way to counter Grimgore, is to kill him quick. Don't give him time to get all that stuff. If you do, then try not to fight him. Try and kill everything else first and see if you can get him to rout. He has some nice upgrades and stuff for Black Orcs and other stuff. He's gonna be a tough cookie. Angram, thanks for the 20. Do you think CA will update most of the old world factions before announcing Warhammer 3? Also, 300 viewers. Wow, we do have over 300 viewers tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you. Angram, thanks for the 20. I think they're definitely going to overhaul all the old world factions. My question is whether they'll save some of them for Game 3. They haven't announced Game 3 yet, and someone was saying, I'd have to go back and look at the dates, but I think from the time that they announced Warhammer 2 to the time they released it was probably like, what, 6-7 months? Maybe it's a little longer than that. It's possible Warhammer 3 could be with us sooner than we think, because they haven't even announced it yet. But I don't know if they have to wait. There may be content that they want to do with some of the overhauls that makes more sense, but at the same time, getting everything all overhauled and then releasing Warhammer 3 with all of the stuff brought up to parity, and then coming in with the new factions in Warhammer 3 could be a really good place to have the game. Personally, that's where I would like them to be. Get everything up to parity and everything up to snuff. That way when you launch Warhammer 3, you can make this bigger, better Mortal Empires with everything in it, and everybody's ready to go. I think that'd be really fun. In order to do that, they still need to rework the Wood Elves, the Beastmen. Let's see, Wood Elves, Beastmen, Norska. But you could kind of do that in Game 3, maybe. If Chaos gets a rework, maybe that's when Norska gets some rework. I'm almost 100% certain that Kislev is going to be a launch faction in Game 3. I would say like 99.9% Kislev is going to be a launch faction. Oh boy.
I will honor you in battle, Drake.
We're going to challenge him.
Test.
I think a reworked Chaos, Kislev, Ogre Kingdoms. I'm trying to think who the other launch faction would be. If you look at past ones, like with Warhammer 1, you had Dwarves, Empire, Vampires, Greenskins. So it was like 2 good, 2 evil factions. And then with Warhammer 2, you had Lizardmen, High Elves, Dark Elves, Skaven. 2 good, 2 evil, right? If they do the same thing with Warhammer 3, I don't know what they're aiming for there, right? I don't know. on that particular one. Ooh, a forest dragon.
I'll win. I always do.
I could see Chaos Dwarves, but that makes me wonder, is there going to be a balance thing in Game 3, or does that all just kind of get thrown out because Game 3 is going to bring in like all these other factions, right? There's nothing that says they have to do that. I'm just saying pattern-wise, too good, too evil, too good, too evil. But then you look at like the DLC launch factions that came with the game too, right? And Chaos launched with 1, and so that kind of imbalanced things over to where Chaos now, you know, is more evil than good. What was the pre-order faction for Game 2? Why can't I think of that right now? Was there a pre-order faction for Game 2? I think Cathay is a very real potential for Warhammer 3 as well. And they made 3 Kingdoms. I don't think having a kind of China, loosely China-based faction is going to hurt their sales in a big place like China. I could see them trying to work with Games Workshop and do something like Cathay. I would not be surprised if Cathay finds their way into the game. Norska. So Norska was the... But Norska was in Game 1, right? Is that what they were doing? Was they were saying if you pre-order, you get Norska, you can play them in Game 1, but you also get them in Game 2? Was that the deal? Did I fold to Raid Shadow Legend? No, I've I've gotten so many Raid Shadow Legend emails. That's funny you bring that up. No, Air will not be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends anytime soon. I swear, I get like 3 or 4 stupid emails a day, like Raid Shadow Legend, like, oh, here, we want you to show this to your viewers. And I'm like, no. It's like, I love having sponsors, but you gotta actually, like, be a legit sponsor. Like, something that I could have people reasonably believe that I enjoy for me to show it, like, for sponsorship. No one is gonna think that Air actually plays Raid Shadow Legend. That's funny.
Behold as I march.
Let's go. Protector of life.
I seek glory.
See how much life you protect when I'm done with you.
Winds of magic rise!
Prince Imrik.
Brave and true.
Alright. See how tough this dragon really is. 4v1. Oh my god, great eagles! It's getting crazy up in here.
Princess, to the fray!
Getting crazy up in here.
Archers, it shall be done. Without fail. For Assyrian! Attack! Loyal!
Alright. We're gonna get this life dragon. Take him down! Oh yeah. Welcome to the party. You're ours now. Raid Total War. Total War Shadow Legends. Now that is a game we could all get behind.
Acknowledged!
4v1's a little unfair. Well, I mean, war's not supposed to be fair. I don't remember agreeing to be fair to these people. In fact, I think I'm usually explicitly trying to be unfair to my enemies. His allies are a little late to the battle, you know, just saying. Okay, we're never gonna catch these Deepwood scouts. Alright, everybody get back. Get back! Alright, what kind of allies did he bring in? Hawk Riders. That's funny.
Noble.
Okay. Get my infantry all back over here.
Acknowledge. Defending order. Quickly now. To
Really,
battle.
Eagle?
Sent by the
Leave my rangers alone.
Crown Prince moving.
Alright, my archers can return fire on these guys now, so it should be good. I think we just have some measly Hawk Riders coming in. Go get rid of this eagle for me, please. Let me get rid of the Deepwood Scouts. You know, actually, Rangers probably won't be very good against Dryads because they do magic damage. But we do flaming damage. Ooh, that's kind of a fight where both units don't like each other. My Rangers have flame damage. These guys have magic damage.
The Dragon Tamer.
It's kind of like those moments, like those two Spider-Men pointing at each other.
An enemy wizard is casting.
Desperado, thanks. Sometimes I'm surprised people watch me at all, but thank you. Kind, thanks for being here tonight. No spells? Oh no, I haven't used any spells this battle. Whoops, sorry. I'm like so busy just mowing people over with my dragons that sometimes I kind of forget. I need to turn up the battle difficulty, then it will require me to do that more. Like use more of the spells and stuff. What? Where's the danger? Like what's keeping the hope alive here? Oh, okay, there's a big tree man.
Dragon Prince.
Oh, and okay, I got it. Group 3. Come on up here, boys.
We away. For duty.
Well, never mind. Everybody just came right down into melee. Let's have a scrap then.
Dragon's roar. The enemy are driven out, my lord. Their plans are thwarted. Victory.
Yeah, I don't need you talking. Go back to the Chaos Waste, loser. Think you got a date with Zinch. Alright. The campaign's on very hard difficulty, but I had the battle difficulty set to normal because I was just trying to like play a more enjoyable experience. And I really like the balance. When campaign is on very hard and the battles are on normal, you don't get the cheating AI. So it's a lot more fun early in the game that way, because then when you're fighting these kind of big epic battles, you don't have to deal with all the cheating. But at this point, we definitely probably just need to flip the battle difficulty over to very hard, because we've got all these dragons. So, Nature's Blessing. Nice. Whew. Look at this. We get 20 turns of plus 20 armor-piercing weapon. Not 20%. Plus 20 armor-piercing weapon damage. Oh, that's 60% armor-piercing missile damage. Oh, it's so bad that I don't have any sisters. Vine Dragon Scale. Oh, if only I had some Sisters of Avalorn here. Oh, that'd be so great. Speaking of Regiments of Renown, look at this. I got 3 dragons I could pull in. I got Lamoureux the Frozen Breath, Bruwar Protector of Life, and Shakalot the Calamity. Have all of them here. Good time to beat some high armor dwarves. True.
Son of the field.
Very, very true.
Make haste, Asor!
Oh, speaking of high armor dwarves. Alright, War of the Beard, folks. War of the Beard. Oh man, I gotta replenish, and then we'll go begin the War for the Beard. Oh, these poor, well, I mean, I say they're poor dwarves, but I mean, they are, yeah. I don't feel too bad for the stunties. I like playing stunties, but when I'm fighting them, I don't really feel that bad for them, so. Let's just build up all the growth stuff here. try and get these settlements up to tier 5 as soon as possible. Specialist, I guess. Let's do our game options real quick. No, not that. Campaign settings. Come on. There we go. Alright. We'll give the dwarves a better chance now. I'll give them a handicap for the upcoming War of the Beard. More dragons? Do y'all want... Should we just put all the dragons in the one army just for fun? People down? I mean, I'm down, if you all want to. Just have a little fun here. Put all the dragons in a single army. I mean, he is the Lord of Dragons, isn't he?
Glory awaits. March for Calador.
All right, people are saying do it. I mean, who am I to deny the people what they want? Right? Let's get rid of the spearmen.
Calador wakes.
Let's see, let's ditch these two.
The dragon shall wake.
And like one standard archer, probably. Bada bing, bada boom. So we now have 7 dragons in this army. Yeah, 7 dragons. Because don't forget my mage is on a dragon too. It didn't even really hurt our upkeep as much as I thought it would.
You may look upon me.
Oh, rest in pepperonis, dwarves. This is going to be bad.
Calador's champion. Nothing stands in my way.
If by bad, I mean hilarious. The War of the Beard is about to kick off, folks. And the stunties are going to have an eternal grudge against us. Oh, we do need sisters in this army too. Yeah, that's right. I won't have them available yet, but that's a good reminder. We need to get some sisters in this army. Sisters would be really good against the stunties. Let me see where I could tear this down and build the building for the sisters there.
Strategy beyond compare.
Let the war begin. Hey, what up? Remember that whole War of the Beards thing? Yeah, it's a thing again.
They are nothing. I'll win.
I heard you stole some dragon treasure. Wasn't a good move. Was not a good move, Thorgrim. Oh, really? I don't have enough money for that one? That sucks. Well, we're just going to end a turn without any research this one. I think.
Crown Prince.
Devastating charge, Blade Master, hard to hit. I mean, can you have too much charge bonus? I don't know. Let's go with hard to hit. It always helps your lord when they're not getting hit and taking damage, I guess. Well, there goes the dwarf things. Yes, they're good and gone. Consider them gone. Being dwarves is going to be frightening AF. So dwarves did get some sneaky little buffs in the patch. Did you see the buffs of the dwarves? The gyro bomber, the front gun on the gyro bomber, which remember can fire whilst moving, has suppressed now, which slows the unit fairly significantly. So combining a gyro bomber with a rune lord, I brought a White Lion Chariot all the way from 82 speed down to 8 with those 2 units. Now, Gyro Bomber's pretty crappy in and of itself, to be fair, so it's a bit risky. I don't know, but I'm just saying that it is an interesting combination. Being able to suppress enemy units with the Gyro Bomber could be pretty handy.
Dragon Prince.
It could end up being pretty handy. Now, one thing we're going to struggle with the dwarves here is they can go under the mountains. That could become a real problem for us. That could become a serious problem for us. I want to get some Silverin Guard, because these guys are going to be terrible versus stunties. We need to rebuild our army a little, like get something a little more tanky as far as infantry. Yeah, so dwarves did get a little help. It was a little. Wasn't a lot, but it'll help. Yeah, it's just on the bomber, which is kind of weird. I'll tell you what else would have been useful. And maybe they did it, I didn't look. But they should have had the... God, I just noticed that. They should have had... What do you call it? I gotta fix a filter on here real quick. Do they have fire? They need fire whilst moving on the other 2 gyrocopters. Fire whilst moving should be there on the brimstone guns and on the steam ones, in my opinion. So I think if they would do that, it would help the dwarves as well. Similarity. There we go. Fixed it. All right. Yeah. Sorry, that was annoying. I could actually like see a little kind of square thing going on. Should fix it a little better. But yeah, I feel like fire whilst moving should be a thing on both the other gyrocopters too. Why can't the gyrocopter fire while moving? It has to fire while moving. It's flying. It doesn't make any sense. Gyrocopter should be able to fire while moving. CA, please. Put that in the Book of Grudges, people. It's just one I've never really understood.
A seat of power.
I can only do 3 at a time from the global recruitment pool.
You may look upon me.
I know Silverin Guard aren't particularly good against dwarves, but I just want to use them because they're a new unit. It'll be okay. I mean, White Lions are awful and don't have a good shield, so Silverin Guard will actually probably be better against the dwarves than the White Lions would be even. I know the White Lions are supposed to have like some missile resist, but is it just me or does it feel like that missile resist doesn't really resist anything? Precise fletching, please. I feel like the greenskins are now way better in campaign than in multiplayer. Well, sure, yeah, because like the Cauldron with Grom, and with Grimgor, the way he is in campaign, everybody is better in campaign than they are in multiplayer. In terms of just like raw stats. Now I think I know what you're getting at, which is like kind of like the pecking order of who can be the absolute best in multiplayer. Maybe that's where you're going with that. White Lions did get a little buff in this last patch, and they didn't get a cost increase. So take what we can get. I think White Lions will be decent now against the right targets. There's going to be certain matchups where White Lions will make sense, like Tomb Kings, and maybe against Dwarves and other people like that, potentially, where White Lions will make sense. So there's just going to be a lot of factions where the White Lions don't make any sense. So it's going to be a mixed bag there.
Dragon Rider.
Just going to be a mixed bag. What is the best race in multiplayer? That probably depends on the player and who they're playing against and what faction they're playing against. I mean, Dark Elves have been one of the best factions in multiplayer for a long time, like in terms of just overall versatility and competitive. But they're not the only one. There's others. But, I mean, Dark Elves are certainly very competitive. Always have been. Trying to think of the other ones that are pretty darn competitive. Why is it? Why am I struggling with it right now? How are vampires these days in like actual tournament battles and stuff? They used to be really good. I think they're a little further down now, but probably not awful. Vampires used to be real good.
Prince of Caledor.
Can't get into the Warhammer Total War series. What are your thoughts on Three Kingdoms? I'd be curious to know why you can't get into the Warhammer ones. Before I even played Warhammer. So here's the thing. Have you played it? If you've played it and you don't like it, got it. Because then you know you don't like it because you've played it. If you haven't played it and you're just saying, I can't get into it because it's fantasy. I was that same way. And of course I was going to play it because I was cooperating with Creative Assembly and they send me keys and stuff like that, and I'm going to play it because, you know, they're kind enough to give it to me. They want me to show it to people. The first time I got to go to San Francisco to an event with CA and play a Total War Warhammer, I was like, screw history games. I'm done with them. This is so much more fun. I mean, I saw trolls vomiting, flamethrowers, gyrocopters, giants. I was just like, yeah, history is dead. Like that's the end of history Total War for me. Like yeah, sure, I'll play it. It's fun. It's not like all of a sudden Total War history games are awful. I'm just saying for me, Warhammer was gonna forever be higher up the ladder on being better. Like there's no way history games can ever match that, in my opinion. That's an opinion now that I've played it. So that's why I was saying if you've played it and you don't like it, that's fine. And is Three Kingdoms good? Sure, Three Kingdoms is good. It's not gonna have like the same faction diversity as something like Rome 2. But it's got a really clean, nice campaign map with a lot of diplomacy options, and it's a fun game. Like Three Kingdoms, there's nothing wrong with Three Kingdoms. I just don't find it near as fun as I do Warhammer 2. But I mean, as far as being a good game, yeah, Three Kingdoms is solid. It's a solid game, nothing wrong with it.
Master of Drake.
So if you've played Warhammer 2 and you don't like it, but you want something that's a historical Total War, by all means, Three Kingdoms is fun. It is a very nice looking game. It runs smooth, looks good. It's a good game.
Beyond compare.
Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
You may look upon me.
Alright, we'll be better suited to fighting dwarves soon. When Warhammer first came out, I thought it was going to be so stupid and boring, and I played it, I was instantly hooked. Exactly the same for me. I was like, what is all this stupid crap? I've never heard of this. And then I played it and I was like, oh my goodness. It's just like, it's like Warhammer was a glove and Total War was the hand. They just fit each other. Perfect. And I hadn't heard of it and I thought it was just some, you know, dumb fantasy thing I wouldn't like. But oh my goodness. And then I guess I didn't have any idea, like, all the fun stuff that Warhammer has, like as far as all the different races and like lords and magic, and it really is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Miles says, yo Air, finished building my new MSI PC and love it. Running everything on ultra settings now. Thank you for your awesome content. Miles, that's awesome, man. Congrats on the build. Glad to hear that it helps out. I love PC building, and obviously when MSI offered to sponsor, I was super excited because I knew I was going to get to build more PCs, but I was also hoping it would help some people build stuff. It obviously helps my channel because they help me get equipment that allows me to record videos on the highest quality and all that stuff, but obviously I was hoping it would inspire some of you all to do your stuff, so really glad to hear that. And look, if you all don't like MSI, that's fine. They sponsor me. I like them. I like to use their stuff. Just go build a computer. You're not going to offend me. I'm just saying, building a computer's fun. You're going to love it.
Warrior Supreme.
Yes, they're my sponsor. Yes, I like them. But
the Star Lance strikes.
You go do you. Build a computer. Have fun with it. I know you'll enjoy it. Okay? But yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats. Thank you for being a viewer, being here tonight, and thank you for the 5. You're too kind. I should be giving you 5. It's awesome. I've been... oh, man. I really want some Warhammer miniatures to put around the studio here. Several times I've gotten about this close to buying a bunch of them on eBay. I don't have the paints and the patience to paint them myself, even though that might be fun. You know, it might be a fun hobby to buy some and get the stuff and learn how to paint. But man, I would love to have some Legendary Lord miniatures, like up on some shelves here in the wall. It'd be freaking awesome. Ungram says, do you think it'd be fun to stream Halo 2? I do intend to stream some Halo 2 campaign, Ungram. I've heard there's a few bugs in it right now. I don't know if that's true. I need to try it out with the people in the Discord and see if it'll work. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to just kind of either do some streams or recording with the folks in Discord and do some Halo 2 campaign. I actually want to play through all the Halo campaigns with the folks from Discord, like do a 4-player playthrough of all the Halo games.
Too foolhardy.
I kind of want to do it in chronological order too.
They will know Calador's name.
I'd give CA all my money if a Lord of the Rings Total War came out. Yeah, that'd be fun. I feel like Lord of the Rings Total War may have a harder time coming up with as much content as Warhammer, but don't get me wrong, it'd be fun.
These fools have no chance.
Grombrindle has a pretty awesome army. Yeah, it's pretty jacked. he's got some units here. 4 Iron Breakers, 3 Hammers, Longbeard Great Weapon, some Whirlers, and a couple of Organ Guns. I mean, he's stacked. He's not walking around with trash, that's for sure.
We will obey.
For duty.
Ready.
Oh, the only downside to Sisters against the Dwarves is that they have magical ammunition, which actually does kind of suck. I mean, it does have AP, but the Dwarves are resistant to the magic. So that's kind of a downside.
Yes.
Dragon Princes. Assur Noble.
Awaiting orders.
Fury of the False God. Noble.
Okay, let's do this. Lots of races and factions in Lord of the Rings, just not shown in the movies. What kind of stuff did they have that wasn't in the movies? Elves, dwarves, men. I guess you had the Numenorians and stuff that it talks about a little, but I didn't know that they actually did a whole lot of fleshing out of that stuff in the books. I mean, I read The Lord of the Rings and I read The Hobbit. Haven't read a whole lot else, but didn't really feel like there was a whole lot beyond that. Yeah, I guess there is some differences in some of the different orc and goblins, like, you know, slight differences there, maybe. And then you had, like, good to bad orcs and stuff, I guess. You could try and draw on that. I just didn't know how much material was actually out there from Tolkien to really expand it.
Moving out as one.
Hey, what do y'all think it would look like Grombrindle getting jumped by 4 dragons? Is this a thing you want to see?
Noble, with me.
Taking position. Crown Prince moving.
Good night, Tyrael. Thanks for being here.
Awaiting orders. It shall be done.
Orders.
We will obey.
For order.
Make Ulthuan proud. For Assyrian.
All right, Grombrindle is officially wrecked. He's pretty much done. He's donesy.
Claim it. Look to the sky. Locating. Take cover. A superior advantage.
Yeah, you better run. Uh-oh, my noble. Get out of there. Run.
Quick time! On me!
Oh man, Iron Breakers. Give me the business right here.
Advance! Prince Imrik, sent by the forge.
Man, those Iron Breakers hurt. Those dudes can do some damage. See if we can get these stunties to get off their butts. They just want to sit there and camp. Let's let them camp.
Yes, my power is yours.
Those breath attacks, man. Absolutely brutal.
I will go.
Yeah, those breath attacks are just absolutely brutal. Jenkins, thanks for the 2. Says, hey there, Air. How's the lockdown treating you? I mean, I have nothing to complain about. I'm at pretty low risk on everything. I get to work from home. This lockdown has been very hard for a lot of people, and I feel very bad for them. I hope things get back to normal. Just because things have been easy for me doesn't mean it's easy for everybody, and I hate it. So I hope it gets over as soon as possible. Not for my sake so much as all the other folks that are being very adversely affected by it. But yeah, I'm fine. Not worried about me though. I want everybody else to be able to get back to normal. I mean, I miss things though, but that's just like complaining from me. Complaining that I don't really need to do right now. So, yeah. But thanks for asking, Jenkins. I'm good. Hope you and your family are okay, and everybody else out there. Seems like some of the stuff has been winding down. It's not gone everywhere, and obviously there's still hurdles to overcome, but a lot of the news recently has been fairly positive in the sense that it looks like it's at least winding down some, and there's been some positive breakthroughs, it seems like, towards vaccines and other stuff like that, so that's all good news. The only 4-player campaigns are in Halo 3, Reach, and 4. I thought you could do 4-player in the other ones. Can you not? Huh, have to check that one out. What skills should I push for on Tyrion? Get his, what do you call it? The Rebirth, or whatever it is, the Seed of Rebirth, where he gets a lot of hit points back when he gets low. That's a huge one for Tyrion. Try and get his weapon damage and all that stuff up as high as you can. I can't remember all of his other abilities right offhand. Sunfang is really good with him if you end up against a bunch of unarmored stuff. 2-player in CE and 2 unless they updated it. Well, I'll check to see whether they ever updated it. They may not have. I'll check that, Ungram. Thanks for letting me know. Alright, well, the dwarves are going to have a hard time with all these dragons. 'Cause remember, we just turned up the difficulty, and the dwarves still got absolutely pooped on right there with a fairly decent army, all things considered. Yeah, I mean, their army was not awful. Their army was not awful. Let's see, how long have I been streaming for? 2 hours? Yeah, it's about time for me to get off here. I'll play for a little bit longer. We've got the War of the Beard started, though. I'll try and stream this again. Let's see, this releases on the 21st, right? Tomorrow's the 20th. I'll try and stream again tomorrow. Get you all some more of this tomorrow. After that, I do want to finish the Marathi campaign, but we may have to play this one until all of the mods get updated for the Marathi campaign, and then we can finish the Marathi campaign, and then maybe I'll finish streaming this one if it seems like an interesting enough one to folks. I'm having fun with it. I think Imrik's a pretty awesome free LC.
Onward for Caledon.
He's fun to play.
Strategy.
I mean, as you can see, I'm having a pretty darn good time with it personally. 10 out of 10 would recommend. When I said 10 out of 10, I mean 10 out of 10 dragons all in one army. Would recommend. I think I'm technically able to review the game at this point. I don't make game reviews though, and honestly I'm gonna be terrible at game reviews because whenever there's DLC for a game I like and I feel like the company has been trying, I buy it. I don't even ask questions, I just buy it. I'm lucky enough to have a decent job. I can't just go throw money at everything, but when DLC comes out for a game I have, I can buy the DLC. And so I'm a terrible reviewer for stuff because, I mean, yeah, sure, I would buy it, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how all the rest of you think about all your stuff. Bjorn, thanks for the €5. Has anything from Proving Grounds made it into this patch? No. They did mention that they had taken a lot of feedback from Proving Grounds, but they have not made any changes from Proving Grounds into this patch. That's the last I heard from CA when we were discussing all these things in a round table meeting with them. So yeah, they have not, but they are looking at the feedback. They're considering it. I don't know what they'll do in the end. They didn't say, but no, there is no Proving Grounds changes that made it into this one.
Greatest of the Dragon Princes.
Which personally I was pretty happy with. I hated the Proving Grounds, with the exception of the removal of supply lines. I despised the Proving Grounds beta. It was not fun for me. Now, if people liked it, my suggestion has been, if people are really that polarically different, is that a word? I think I just made up a word. If people are that whatever. If we have polar opposite views on something, like I think Proving Grounds is awful and I don't want the game to slow down, but then other people think, oh, if the game slows down, then that's how I really want the game. I feel like Creative Assembly just needs to implement sliders and radio buttons. It's in Surviving Mars, it's in Gothic Armada 2, it's in a whole bunch of other games. The campaign difficulty should have more options, more sliders to income changes, recruitment costs, whether or not you're going to use supply lines. All those things should be checkboxes and sliders. I mean, if you think about it, we all go out, we all get mods to play the campaign the way we want to. I don't want to take away mods. I think mods are still a good thing, but why do we have to go get mods to get all those things? All the mods are just tweaking that stuff anyway. Just put it in the game. Like, just put it in the game and let players choose how to do it. And the fun part of it could be, is that you could have it generate a difficulty multiplier. And fine, whatever, I'll have a non-aggression pack. You could have it generate a difficulty multiplier that could be like bragging rights. Oh, look, I beat it on 1,000% difficulty. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think would be kind of cool. So the fact that maybe I see the game very differently than someone else is fine. And instead of rather trying to make one game that fits not everyone, how about just make a system where the player can customize the game to their desire? And you can kind of do that with mods right now, which I like and I'm grateful for. I just think they should add it to the overall game. Oh my goodness, that's disgusting. Oh yes. That's absolutely filthy. The weapon damage.
Pride of Ulswine. I decree death. Withdraw. All Caledon rejoices. Tribute is owed. You may look upon me.
I dislike Proving Grounds. I do not think they should implement it. If they did it where it was all like the sliders and choices and stuff like that, then yes, by all means. By all means, at that point, please implement it. Because if there was a lot of people who enjoyed Proving Grounds, but not everybody, that feels like a good solution to me. Give them both what they want. Why not, right? Mods already do it. CA can do it too. If modders can do it, CA can do it, right? If modders can do it, CA can do it. CA has more tools than the modders. They give the modders the mod tools to let them do what they want. So, not to say that modders aren't awesome. They are, and they come up with some crazy cool stuff sometimes that the developers even decide to implement. So, not trying to take away from modders. Those guys are amazing. But I'm just saying, if a modder has done it, then CA has the technical capability to do the same thing. ODST is 4-player as well. Ooh, man, I'm looking forward to that. Can you break non-aggression pacts in trade agreement without reputation dropping after a while? I don't know. Radio buttons and switches also make the AI behavior just a tiny bit less predictable. That I also agree with heavily, Robin. So on top of the radio buttons and the sliders and all the other stuff I was suggesting, a few things that I had in mind. One, like, there's little things that you notice with the AI. So go look at my Brom video from earlier today.
The dragon shall wait.
You can go in and you can walk around in front of the AI and get them to spend all their ammunition trying to shoot your lord off their artillery, and you just dodge it. Change the AI's behavior in a simple way, right? Maybe the AI looks with its artillery ahead of the fight, and it's like, okay, I have a significant artillery advantage, and I'm the defender in this battle. I'm going to sit back, and I'm not going to fire my artillery until maybe enough unit models come into range, right? And that might be a quick way to get the AI from screwing up and firing out. So that would be a huge change. Number two, the way the AI uses magic. If you go play like Alarielle right now, or play against her in campaign, you'll fight her battle and she'll start healing herself the instant the battle turns on. Takes away a lot of the challenge because Alarielle's not healing herself at the appropriate moment. Fix how they use their magic. Number three, in the campaign, as the difficulty ramps up, the AI should be more aggressive, and it shouldn't be towards your unwalled settlements. They should be sending their stacks straight at your lord and forcing a player to fight epic battles, and if the player doesn't win the epic battles, well then guess what? You lose the campaign. And that would also make the campaign, in my opinion, more challenging and more high stakes. And so I definitely wish that they would address that type of stuff. If they made even, those are just a few changes. There's more that they could probably do. But if they would make those few changes, that would be a good start. It'd be a good start. And the AI would become significantly more challenging to defeat with a few of those changes. Because if you think about it right now, the AI can have 4 or 5 stacks, but their behavior's so stupid and predictable that you can just basically cheese them and beat them. When if they would just focus, like come right at you, they would win. But they'll go around looking for your unwalled settlements with 1 stack. They'll take 2 stacks over here to do this thing. They'll take the other stack, and then you'll just pick them off. And so if they would just get focused and get that AI where it's zoning in on your main armies and your lords with big stacks, that would make the game more challenging and, in my opinion, more interesting.
Glory awaits. Only the Asur may enter.
I'm going to get a couple more sisters here. And we've got a dragon sighted. Let's see. Wish we had the diplomacy options from Stellaris and Total War Warhammer. Well, that's another thing they could actually do as well in Warhammer. They could get some of the new diplomacy things that are in 3K and work it into Warhammer, and that would also improve the game a great deal. So like, for instance, in 3K, when you start defeating an enemy a lot in battle, it gets a lot easier in the diplomacy screen to get them to take a peace treaty. But not only take a peace treaty, a lot of times they'll pay you an indemnity. Like, when you beat the crap out of them, you can usually force them into paying you an indemnity and basically kind of get them to pay for some of the war, which is a really cool feature. I know Warhammer is fantasy and it's not real, but I'm just saying, you know, you're fighting a war, losing massive battles where you lose epic characters and stuff like that. It's going to hurt your war effort. People aren't going to want to keep fighting for you, right? I don't know, unless you're greenskins, and then they just love scrapping nonstop. I get it. Maybe it doesn't affect everybody the same in Warhammer, but it's a cool feature, and that would be another thing that would be very interesting to take into account. Athel Tamarha, you get to use a little bit of the spying mechanic, kind of, by brainwashing people and sending them back to their faction.
Prince of Caledor.
That's kind of a cool thing. Wait, who just got wounded? Oh, crap. You Dawi scum.
Begone.
BS. Who wounded her? Was it him? He's not even over here. I don't understand who wounded her.
Master of Drakes.
That is such a bunch of BS.
I will dispatch them.
Take that, ugly. Assassination and specialist apparently is going to be my next focus there. Really need any of these, but I'm gonna go ahead and work on them. Where some AI generals would be hyper aggressive, some maybe more cautious. Yeah, possibly. Like, maybe based on some of the behavior of the faction itself. Possibly so. Like, if you're playing High Elves, then yeah, the Dark Elves are probably going to be pretty hyper aggressive towards you. I mean, I'd be fine with that.
We are pure of heart. You may look upon me. I await your command.
That seems pretty straightforward.
Warrior supreme. The last Phoenix. I respect the Drake's privacy.
Ooh, another dragon. How many dragons can you get?
My royal blood.
Ah, the Tomb Boys.
I'll win.
Alright, I'm gonna have to get off here after this dragon battle. But we'll play again another night. I may play it tomorrow night. Patty, thanks for being here tonight, man. Even if it's stinking elves. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. 5 unique ones, and then do you just get like more standard ones after that? Like improved but more generic dragons? I can't remember. I know they told me this, and I've seen it somewhere. I don't remember it right offhand. Yeah, this one is interesting, Senshi. He's definitely a strong character. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about forgetting my spells this time, because I don't have any spells to forget. I guess just bound abilities.
Noble Lord, I am ready.
I wonder if the AI, if Imrik's just gonna corner wipe the Death Master. I don't think so. Most of the time when I've seen what's going on over in that corner, it's usually the Skaven that's death wiping everybody. I played some Grimgore campaign when I was testing out the new WoW changes, and the Skaven were wiping out everybody over there. Imrik gets run over. The auto-resolve, for whatever reason, feels like that the Skaven are gonna do good, and that's hilarious. Because we all know that that's not true early on. I think it's the numbers or something screws up the auto-resolve. Yeah, every time I've played it recently, the Skaven just get completely out of control in the Shadowlands.
As one, moving out. Advance.
And they got this Arcane Phoenix coming at me.
Sent by the forge. Rain death.
I don't want that thing doing an Ember Storm all over me. So I'm just going to try and fight it.
Awaiting orders. Lathane.
Get my archers to unload on that. Woo! Shim's Burning Gaze. Oh man, I should have helped catch this. Phoenix, get that one. He'll come help finish this one. Ah man, got the Ember Storm off on us.
Yes. Taming the winds.
Let's back up all of our sisters.
Seal! Asurian guides us! Moving out!
Okay, took out that. Let's swing back over here. Let's go ahead and use Imrik's ability, get some extra attacks. Man, this Arcane Phoenix, what the heck, man? What are you doing, AI? You just, like, keep disengaging me? Ooh, man, that guy's pretty strong. Let's bring Shakalot around the back here. Can we get this guy back up in the air, too? My Silver and Guard are doing a pretty good job of holding. Yeah, this dragon's putting up a heck of a fight over here. I don't know how this Arcane Phoenix taking all this punishment. Quit running away! Like, just fight, for goodness sakes.
To battle!
Ready. Orders! For order!
Yeah, the Silver and Guard are doing a brilliant job holding up front.
Orders.
Alright, got rid of one of the Phoenix units finally. Oh my gosh, man, this dragon is a beast. Look at that, man. He's owning.
Taking position.
Man, stupid Phoenixes keep healing.
Prince Imrik! Dragon Princess! Behold as I march!
Alright, let's head over here. Man, this is a big single entity slugfest here.
Orders. Onward!
Get to war!
Arcane Phoenix, man, holy cow. He's taking a beating.
Imrik!
AI is doing the AI thing here and like constantly disengaging me too. That is really frustrating behavior. Like they constantly pull out of fights. Sometimes it's good by accident. It's not like they're doing it on purpose. Like sometimes they're good on accident, and a lot of times they're just bad. Really impressed how long these Silver and Guard are holding out over here. I haven't even leveled them up or anything yet. Like they're still very bare bones, and they're still doing the job incredibly well. So pretty excited for whenever those guys get leveled up.
Prince Imrik! With me!
Silver and Guard are gonna be tanks, man. This dragon is a beast. Holy mackerel. He's been like taking on multiple other dragons at a time this entire battle. Got shot by sisters, like, what a beast. Oh, he just got a save throw there too. Look at all the hit points he just picked back up. Wow. Holy crap. I don't know if the AI is like just buffing it arbitrarily here because his stats kind of don't match up with what I'm seeing from him. Holy cow, he just keeps throwing a save there. What in the world? What is this madness?
Spearmen! Without fail. Apace!
Death to all! Orders received!
Maybe easier to just get my dragons out of the way and try and paste them with the sisters.
The enemy has
There we go.
my lord.
Wow.
Plans are thwarted. Victory!
Fire resistance. Yeah, that makes sense, Regina. He's got a lot of fire resistance. Probably, and then like you add the battle difficulty into it, which I think throws some extra melee defense and stuff for him. But yeah, the fire resistance, that'd make a lot of sense. Like if he has a really high fire resistance rating, which could be because he's looks like he's a sun dragon or something. But yeah, the Silver and Guard did a really good job, all things considered. Because remember, again, this is now on very hard battle difficulty, which means the AI gets all these cheats. And my Silverin Guard don't have really a whole lot of special traits right now. And so they did a pretty fantastic
Their
job.
masters may see worth it, though. They must bow. Follow the dragon.
Well, there we go. Lord ability Rage. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be pretty good. Flaming attack, speed. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed some
Congratulations,
Imrik,
my lord.
Lord of Dragons.
Your search for the most powerful dragons in the world is now complete, as the best of them have pledged their loyalty to you. With these mighty allies, your enemies will think twice before drawing the ire of Calador.
Well, they should think twice, but something tells me they won't. Hey, join me next time, and we'll unleash all of these dragons as the War of the Beard rages. There's going to be a lot of singed beards, people. A lot of singed beards. So thank you all for being here tonight. Awesome stream. Can't wait to do more for you. Heir of Carthage, signing out for now.